accurate? Have the learners not received the results yet?
Good morning, Eben. Some of them haven't, but the results, most of them are available now, and people have started to come to our offices to collect them.
Just what is the core of this delays, and what is the root cause really of the delays and the problem they're facing now?
You know what happened, Eben, when you have more than one examination body involved in the examinations of one or the same year, there are challenges that need to be addressed, and sometimes things just don't work out. Because what happened in our case, we were supposed to do the year mark. We are a young organization, so as part of the accreditation process, Umalusi had determined that we would be doing the year mark and then hand over the year mark of our candidates to the Department of Basic Education. And the provincial departments would then combine the year mark with the final mark, the examination mark. Now, you can imagine this is a huge amount of data that has to be transferred from one system to another. There's uploads going over to the other, and they have to be keyed in. And that's actually where things went wrong. We submitted the marks, they were all in place, and what happened afterwards, we can't say because we weren't involved. But the fact was that many of the results were incomplete. Not 900, from our students, about 571 of our students received incomplete or no results.
Just as a solution, what would your advice be to those students who would now not be able to get access to tertiary institutions because of this delay? What sort of advice are you giving to these people now?
They will have their certificates, or no, not the certificates, the statements of result, because they are available now. There are a few exceptions. Those are, for instance, practicals of some of the performing arts subjects, like visual arts, who might not yet receive their statements this week. And we would be willing to issue some form of letter in which we would confirm that this is the situation and that it is not the fault of the student. But it's not actually for us to do that. We would have to approach Umalusi probably, or the department would have to issue such a letter, but we can facilitate such a process. Because we agree that under no circumstances should a candidate be penalized for something which he wasn't at fault on.
What sort of timelines are you then looking at to sort of sort out this process? And then also, when do you think all the results will be sorted out?
The majority of results will, without any doubt, be sorted out this week. The few cases that will remain, I hope it's only going to be a few, we will work on as hard as we can. But just remember, we can't solve the problem. It has to come from the department side, because we submitted our marks and the department must now produce that with the marks, the final marks. And as I said, we can only facilitate the process. But I'd like to add something, Eben, and that is that there are many candidates who, a fair number of candidates who didn't submit some of the tasks that they were supposed to have submitted last year.
Yeah.
And those candidates then get a 444 code, which means that the marks are not complete, they can't be resulted. Those candidates, we won't be able to help. Nobody will be able to help them, except if there's a valid reason. If they can submit a valid reason and say they were unable to submit something, a certain task or something, then they are given 3 months from the date of release of the results to submit those, and then they can be issued a certificate. Now, the learners who are not happy with their results, who doubt the correctness of the result, should look on the back of the statement of results, because they are given advice. They can ask for a remark, they can ask for a recheck, but that will take time. And such learners will then not be able to apply for university admission anymore this year.
Well, Dr. Gustav Niebuhr, thank you very much for joining us today and clearing that up for us. We hope that all those stumbling blocks will be sorted out before the end of the week. That is the South African Comprehensive Assessment Institute's Chief Executive, Dr. Gustav Niebuhr, coming to you live from Pretoria.